He's not even here.
Who's
What? Oh, you are here?
here?
You're no video. Are you just letter A today?
I guess I should
Today's
do that.
episode is
Shouldn't
brought to you by the letter A.
Yeah, I just honestly I forgot about turning on my video this whole time.
I thought you weren't even here.
I had you minimized, so I didn't realize that.
What? You're just leaving me
I
high and
wasn't.
dry. We didn't post this anywhere. What is this? This show is going downhill.
Very special guest right here. There you go.
Who is that? What's their name?
The robot. I don't know.
It's Robot. All right, how's it going?
Robot.
You weren't here last week.
Last year, yeah, I know it's been a long time. Well, if I showed up last week, there would have been 5 people. Would have been more
I would've
chaotic
been
than
like,
it was.
oh my gosh, I can't do 5 people at once.
And there was a moment where I thought about jumping in just for fun. Just a surprise.
Your chaotic nature. Let us know how the sound is. Hopefully everything's working. I'm here, the party now. What? Congratulations, you received 100 messages today. Jeff's one message counts as 100. How does that work?
What?
Oh, Alex, your internet. I might as well just do this stream by myself. You're such a
jeez.
disastrous internet. All right, what are we talking about this week? What are we talking about this week?
We got some Future League 2.0.
Ooh.
We got the. You want to talk about some forethoughts?
Yes, we're going to talk about forethoughts.
Oh, Discord.
Jeff. That's not possible. I have the Jeff filter on, so how can I sound whiny?
Now, did Jeff tell you that he received a ticket to the championship? Well, did he tell you that he received a ticket because of you?
Really?
This sounds like it's news to you, so I don't think you heard this.
Jeff and I don't talk, so
Jeff and you don't talk.
And clearly,
Well,
Alex and I don't talk either because your internet sucks.
No. Yeah. Because you got multiple tickets, the draft championship ticket got passed down to none other than a Jeff Pasito.
How did that happen?
So now you're gonna have to deal with
Jeff wasn't
Pasito
even in the sealed. I feel like there was. I feel like there was some malarkey going around here.
The malarkey.
Oh, Alex, this is painful.
Yeah. So what have you been playing? Is my internet that bad? Is it that bad?
Honestly.
All right.
We've had 3 different conversations.
Keep talking to people. I'll find somebody.
All right. Well, I guess it's just me while Alex goes away, unless he can figure out how to turn his internet on. Maybe restart. You want to do a unplug, power down?
Oh, it's getting a moment.
All right. Well, anyways, while he's figuring that one out on stream, hopefully everyone's weeks have been going well. If you haven't heard by now, you might have already found out that the venue for the championship has been uprooted or is closing or just thrown for a loop, basically. So we are Haunted Castle Gaming is looking for another venue. Hopefully we'll find one soon. But very excited for the championship. We got a big announcement coming down. Was that yesterday? I want to say it was wasn't quite yesterday. So let's jump to that while Alex is still looking around. Go to Sid's Ramblings here. And October 10th. Yeah, it was yesterday. Awesome. On Canadian Thanksgiving, for all of our American viewers out there, we had Canadian Thanksgiving. I know. It's a weird time for you guys, but so let's throw this up here. All right. So we have origins, venues, and side events. Okay, so we've got to start your origin story, talking about a whole bunch of what the year's been, and searching for a new venue. So they want to keep it in the Greater Toronto area, so won't be too far from where it was the first time. They are trying to keep the space, accommodate for all the things that they want to do, including streaming, and they're looking to get it done pretty quickly. So hopefully that comes down sooner than later. Alex, how's it going over there?
I I'm finding replacements and other people to try to fill my spot. Don't you worry.
I almost thought it was good until you paused each syllable. All right, so we'll keep going. So they have tons of side events. They're doing like an aura prize pool here where you can win prizes that are going to be aura based, and then depending on how much aura you have, you get to do a bunch of different things, which is kind of a cool way of bringing back aura. It's a big part of the game. I don't know if the tickets are actually going to be aura cards. We'll give you 5, 10, or 20 point aura cards. There you go. I just need to read. And then it kind of goes into a whole bunch of events. So first of all, they want to do an epic free-for-all. Now this sounds like utter chaos. So $5 entry fee, largest Genesis free-for-all event happening the second days for everyone who wants to participate. It's going to be the wackiest matchup you've ever had. They're basically going to expand the arena based on the number of players, and it's just going to be, I've heard someone shout out akin to like a Fortnite. Drop in 100 players, see who wins.
Sounds all right. Here's my question. I don't know how my internet is right now. Will you be a player running lots of meteorites, or will you be playing a lot of preventable damage effects to avoid those meteorites?
Well, there was some discussion that started right away was whether or not we should ban the meteorite from this event because of the chaos that would ensue, right? I play a meteorite, and then 5 other players play a meteorite. Depending on the number of players, you could have 30 damage go across the room. So whoever has the preventive damage would be the one to sort of win out on that exchange, right? So the most player, how many players have you done in one game before, Alex?
I don't think I've done anything too crazy. I've definitely done at least 6.
6, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 6. We did 6 pack wars, which was crazy. Free for all pack wars would be really insane, but even just this idea of just being like, I think this is a full deck, right? Free for all, you'll have side rules.
Yes.
The players start by defeated. The arena will shrink. Getting those points. Yeah, it looks like it's a pre-constructed deck. So, utter chaos. So this is just
you bring whatever deck you want to bring.
Yeah.
Now there is another event that is a sealed free for all thing, but that's a separate one.
I think that's down here. Chaos Draft. No. Sealed free for all. Yep.
No, something else. Yeah, sealed free for all.
So, anyways, this is the Meteorite promo. This is one of the promos that didn't get handed out for the circuit. So that's one of the missing promos from the set. This is promo number 3. So that's an awesome way. And everyone who enters gets in. So gets one of those promos plus the 5 aura.
Here's our special guest of the day.
Oh boy.
Special guest. Just for you.
Does he even know what we're talking about?
And the man, the myth. Well, does he even know Genesis? I don't know.
Hey,
does it matter anymore?
I'm here. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay.
Can we get an internet check from you, Jeff?
Sure. Fine. No.
I don't know now. I'm losing my mind.
No, it should be good, right? You guys can hear me fine. Everything's smooth. No.
I can hear you
choppiness?
better than Alex, so that's already.
You want to hear me better than Alex. It's very different than can. Wanting to and can. Thank you
Jeff,
for the invite, though, gentlemen.
how's
Thank you
it
very,
going?
very much. It's going. It's going
Yeah.
very well. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this epic free for all? You gonna jump in?
I'm torn because somehow I miraculously did well enough, as Alex said, to be like 5th or 6th in line after everyone else got their championship invites to be invited. But I've also got a table, hopefully, at the event. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm kind of hoping I conned my wife into coming day 1. So she'll be there to, run my table for me. Then hopefully I lose miraculously, like very, very well, stupendously, so that then Sunday I can just be at my table the whole time. But I don't know, stranger things have happened. I like that the whole chaos idea. I like that, like a whole messy, although it shouldn't be called chaos because there's a chaos faction, right? So got to call it something else so it doesn't seem
Yeah,
hyper
that's true.
like that. You got to call it a something else game. But yeah, I think that's exciting. I've always liked that sort of thing. I've liked it in other games when they do it. I was scouring that list from Assad to look for pack battles. I did not see pack battles on there. I thought pack battles should have been on there.
Good call.
No,
Yeah.
they are. I can confirm that they are on there. Or I don't know if it's in that, but they're on my list or my board back at the office for
Sweet.
events that will be held there.
I have an
Did you
idea
know
around
that
those too, but I
Jeff
can't
is the
talk about it.
reigning pack battles champion?
I did not.
He is.
Actually, that's not true. Didn't I lose when we were at
No, you
North
won.
of Exile?
Oh,
Not
you
at North
won.
of Exile. I
Yeah,
lost
sorry, you
there.
lost North of Exiles. Yeah,
But that's because
that was
someone
a
had
6-man, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of
Yeah.
players, Jeff. So
and one of them had, yeah, that's a lot of people. I 5 fingers. That's as far as I can count, guys. Come on, let's not go to 6 now. And someone had Perry, which is just
yeah, that's rough. That's rough. So yeah, this $5 entry fee gets you a Meteorite promo, and then you get a number of aura based on how many players are playing. Yeah, so that should be a crazy event. I think I would like to jump in on that one. Then we have the last.
before you go further.
Oh.
2 questions can ask quickly. One, not 2 questions. 1 comment, 1 question. Comment. I think those price points are amazing. They are very favorable. I would join everything if I could at those price points. And I'm not just saying that as like a shill sort of thing. I genuinely think those are priced very, very competitively. Second, how was the aura differentiated from just aura cards you open in packs? Or is it a different card? Or can I just show up with all my
I
aura
can't
cards?
tell you that now, so then people might be able to make.
Okay, but they
copies
will
of
be
them.
different, I'm
But
assuming.
they'll be different.
Okay. So I shouldn't be
They'll be
going through and
different.
grabbing all my aura.
I mean,
I've been
Jeff-
unslabbing all my aura cards that I got slabbed through MNT so that I could bring them.
Yeah, I have a ton of aura cards too. I was really hoping to use them here, but there you go.
Well, you ruined it for all of us, Alex. We'll see you later. Goodbye. Me and Will are out.
So we have Challenge the Designers, which is a running tradition. Last year we had different promos for each designer. This year it's one. I think that's mostly because some of the designers aren't able to play all the time. Alex is running around with his head cut off. Sid is busy just enjoying the moment and experiencing and watching everyone play his game. And so I think that's kind of a cool way to balance it out, because some people definitely felt like they couldn't necessarily get to each designer at the right time, and even trying to put
Correct.
one designer in per hour and then everyone floods them, and it's a bit of a bottleneck. So I think this is a good way to manage that. So Longma is an awesome card. We haven't seen too much of Longma. Any thoughts on that, Alex or Jeff?
Sure. I think it's a great card. I just don't think people taking the plunge on it. That's it. There's a lot of HEs and Origins, and a lot of people like those HEs. So go ahead.
Okay, there we go. And he's done, everybody.
You can't tell. It's just like
Just slowly
just
sinking.
quickly look up Longma.
Just giving you the
No, I think damn it, I was trying to come up with a clever joke with using the word short, and I can't think of one right off the top of my head. But I guess people are a little short on Longma right now. But I do think it's there for the long haul, and it will turn around at some point. No? Does that work? Does that work?
Sure.
Anyone? No laughter?
no laughter from here.
I'm sure people are laughing that are watching. People at home are loving this.
All right, moving on. Get as far away from that comment.
Get away from me with
$30
Longma,
for a
please.
chaos draft. So you need at least 8 players to play this. Chaos draft gets you one of each, one of Ray's, Welcome to Jay, Origins, and Origins Retail. So some older packs there. So I think that sort of justifies the entry fee. Going to be interesting to see, because some of those packs are heavily weighted towards good or bad rares, especially like Ray's. So we'll see how that goes. But very interesting to get in there and see what a chaos draft like this would be like.
Now here's a question for you. Would you dare to try to draft for Phage?
Well, you have 2 packs, and there is more Phage in those packs, but
You didn't say yes.
I
wouldn't. 2
wouldn't.
packs.
I wouldn't. It's hard enough to go for Phage as it is with 4 packs of Origins.
Only if I'm splashing it as a third color, Alex.
Yep, there you go. That
That's
always
fair.
works. As a third color, it's great.
Yeah.
PvE with Joey, so that's going to be interesting. We've seen some PvE done. There was talk of more PvE coming out, so I'm excited to see what that is. I'm not sure how long the PvE takes, but I'm guessing it's probably timed to. Well, actually, Jeff, you are probably the PvE guru from our group here tonight.
I wouldn't use the word guru.
Well, you've played once.
I played once.
There you
and,
go, guru it is.
I dove into the room I wasn't supposed to and caused all the, Leroy Jenkins into the room I wasn't supposed to and caused all those problems. So yeah, I don't think the rest of the people that were playing with me would think so, but I think it's actually great. Like I thought it was a great, let me think for a minute. Starting off where we were, how much had gone into it by that point? Because I played this 3-4 months ago, I guess, with the Sid running it. The amount of time that was put into that, it was pretty far along. So I can only see that getting better. And I think as a player, it was a lot of fun. And it seems like it's going to be something that works well as a retailer because it looks like it keeps people in, right? Like you've got Genesis now for fans of TCGs and of minis, right? Warhammer type games.
Right.
Now you're pulling on the D&D crowd. What's really left other than maybe kids in an LGS to pull into this area, right? To pull into this game.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a kid set coming out. I don't know. Maybe it's got that in the back of his mind. Alex would know better, but I'm sure just wait until his kid is old enough to play, and then he'll say, "Okay, we're building a set for my son now, and we're done," sort of thing, right? But yeah, like that's all I can see missing because now they've got the Warhammer people, you've got the TCG people, and now you're getting the D&D people, and you're going to have everyone lumped into it, everyone buying packs of Genesis. So from a retail side, but on top of that, as a player, I thought it was a blast. I had a great time working with people, like on a team like that. Even I would say, more fun than playing a commander type game, because even there where you have your little bit of camaraderie where you try and form alliances and all that, this was really a team effort, and I really liked that idea. Would have been much better in person to see everyone roll their eyes when I did the stupid things I did, but online was pretty good to start.
Yeah, I remember watching that and thought it's amazing how well it worked. I always thought there's always been a little bit of like D&D battles sort of bring out that RPG sort of feel to Genesis, right, with the movement and everything. So if I get an opportunity, I would love to sit down and do some PvE. We did have a question back here, just looking at some of the chat. What do you guys think of the new Magic Historian Genesis video? Did you guys see that?
I think you mean Thatcher. No, wait, that is Magic Historian. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I loved it. I'm not gonna talk much because my internet's crazy.
It's been better since you gave me host. Maybe it's just you can't do more than one thing. Did you see the video, Jeff?
Yes, I did. I watched it. Yeah, I liked it. I have to admit, originally, way back when I first got into TCG, way back like 5 years ago, I wasn't a fan of the Magic Historian and the way that he presented himself originally.
Nice.
But he kind of grew on me in the last few years. I think I don't know what I didn't like about him originally, but I guess it kind of grew on me. Maybe compared to the other Magic people, he was a lot better. But I really like how he's taken this approach. I like his production values. I like the comedic side to it. I think it's really good. I really liked it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was well done. And
it's a big voice, right? He's got a big following. So
huge voice. I would almost say more so than the streamers that played the games, because this is getting other people, like, strange as it sounds, the streamers that play the games are going to have their fans who play the games watching or whatever.
Right.
But he's just got general YouTubers watching him, right? People that like watching YouTube videos and laughing a bit. Probably not even people that have never even picked up a TCG, might actually think about things now, right? You're introduced to a whole new crowd of people that don't maybe see this on a store shelf somewhere.
Right.
And I liked his approach to it. I liked the comedic. I was actually going to make a joke that his little blurb there about how you play was probably the fastest and second best way to teach someone how to play, other than Will giving me a handheld view of how to play. Other than that, it was like great. In 30 seconds, I know exactly how this game works right now. It was really good, actually.
Yeah, he definitely nailed the key aspects, which was really good to see. But anyways,
I'd like to see a play, like a how to play with him. I think that would be great.
All right, let's continue down this rabbit hole that we have here. So we got the PvE, play and win, 2v2 or standard. So just basically at any point, if you're not doing anything, you could pull someone aside or a couple of people aside and play 2v2 or a game. Is there anything, if you decide to do this, we recommend you play with a constructed. If you've got 2 players, you can do a free-for-all, or 3 or more players can do 2v2. Right. So it looks like it's just, hey, you're going to do this battle, we're going to win some aura, trying to get to a better prize. Seems like the other events might be, but maybe there might be too many people, or maybe, not enough time or whatever, but at least get you some aura. Sealed free-for-all, as Alex mentioned, so same idea here. We're going to get 3 J2 and 3 Origins. You're making a sealed deck, and then it's a free-for-all format, depending on... Oh, it's 4 players for this one. And more events to come, plus your prize wall. So,
are we going to get any preview of the prize wall anywhere, Alex, now that you're back on headphones? Is there going to be ahead of time?
That is
just when we show up.
That should come out ahead of time. Yes.
We had a few things here. Like,
did we not? We posted some of the items on there, right?
Yeah. So vintage booster pack, like vintage, as far as like maybe some beta, welcome to J packs, posters probably left over from Kickstarter or other things, promos, OP foils, foil champions, retail foils. That they have extras, uncut sheets, and more. So
I guess I was looking for specifics, but that doesn't make sense to say we're going to have 1 of these and 3 of these and 4 of those. It's kind of part of the reason to show up is to see the surprise. Yeah, that makes sense. Jan brought up a good point about the Magic Historian's post there, that a lot of people in the comments were saying, I want to try Genesis now. I want to try Genesis, which is great. Out of all those comments, that was really good. It was a bunch of new people, so that's fun to see.
Yeah. And that's
another question from Jan. Yes, there will be a new mat.
A new mat for the championship?
It's
nice.
Yeah, I heard that too. I'm excited for that.
Well, there are the mat. Like, will we ever be getting? Maybe you can't answer this yet, but the mats are coming in the retail Origins, because I was on Heads or Tails last week. They opened a box, and the backside, those were some new mats. Will those become neoprene versions at some point?
That I'm not too sure about.
Okay, fair enough.
we have the assets. They just need to be made.
Just
so
have to get made.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't spoiled anything yet about the new mat, right?
No.
I'm excited to see what it is.
Yeah, and then so the rest of this kind of goes into recycling program is live. We one of the fan server Discord members showed off the foil Nubia that they did the recycling program for. So it looked, the full art with the foil and the anime artwork looked very good. So that's exciting. So
apparently I'm a bit of an idiot. I thought I had to do them through my LGS, but I'm supposed to submit those myself when I get enough of them, or through the LGS.
You do them through your LGS. Either way, yeah.
Okay, so I did it through my LGS. I wasn't sure if that's how to do it or not. I didn't know. So, okay, next time I'll send them in myself though, because my LGS is not local. It's far away.
So yeah, I think either way you can. I'm not sure what details that he went through or what hoops he had to jump through to get it that fast, but I'm assuming that it was, he did it directly through his own packs.
Sorry. For Speedwise, I saw him in the office today. He walked in with them.
Oh, there you go. So if you know where the office is, then you can go do that yourself.
Yeah. Sid just posted he came into the warehouse. So I'll be seeing you in the next couple of days.
Oh, me?
No. That was pointing out a Sid.
You're
He's there
pointing
somewhere.
at me though, because I'm looking
If I
at
do
you.
this,
and
if I do
you're-
this, does that pick your nose?
Oh
No.
no, wait.
Never mind. I'll stop. Okay. I had a question actually about MNT or Mint, I guess, because you kind of just glossed by that. They're not going to be at the show, are they? I know sometimes grading companies show up at shows to pick things up. Will they be there, Alex, to pick up stuff, or do they still have to mail it in?
Oh, it's actually
They are planned to be in there. Yeah.
Okay, so I can bring stuff there. There go all my Aura cards, getting them all graded.
Yeah, this is talking about the stamped beta Angel Retribution from Fan Expo for some reason, but maybe I'm not reading it correctly. Anyways, more announcements. Steve Foe says, "Hey, Jeff, why aren't you saying hi to me?"
Oh, because I don't get the super special listing that Will gets to see. I'm stuck on just looking at who chats on YouTube because that's where I joined from. He gets all the comments. I only get YouTube because
Just remember
there's
that.
a hierarchy here.
Remember that, Jeff.
I'm not even in the hierarchy. I'm in what they call the lowarchy, where I'm see how my hand's under the camera here. You can't even see it. That's where I rate, unfortunately. But hello, everyone who I can't say hi to because I don't see their chat. Maybe
You're just here because Alex's internet sucks. We're gonna get
That's
Alex's
pretty much
internet
it, yeah.
package. We're all gonna chip in. We're gonna start a
Dial-ups
GoFundMe.
passe, Alex. Dial-ups passe, or at least go 56K. I mean, you don't have to.
You can
I
get
think
an
that's before
antenna.
we-
Just stick an antenna up there.
It says I got 5 bars in my computer. It says I got
Out of
5
how many?
bars.
5 out of how many?
Out of
bars?
5.
Those are pretty small bars.
It's okay. I get
Have
no
the
cell service in my
commentators had
basement,
more
so-
time to learn the game for this year? I don't think those commentators are coming back. Because I don't know if that company is doing it again. Or at
I
least
don't
we
think
haven't.
so either.
Nothing's
I
been
don't
announced.
know if I can say everybody who will be commentating. I will say that at least one of the commentators will be one of the HCG staff. But other than that, there will be 3 other
Alex.
commentators that are not the same people from before.
Was there not a post?
Are you saying I'm one of them? But
Was there not a post up in the Discord somewhere on one of the socials that said something about the commentators, that there would be like advanced or full commentating or something? There was some post made a while ago, a couple weeks ago, that said something about that the commentating, like it touched on that.
I think there's
no
plans.
details of it,
They want to
but it
make the
touched on it, that'd be
commentation
great.
the commentating like engaging
Commentating?
and really good. So
Shahan wants you to hire the Chrono Walkers.
hey, Chrono Walkers do good stuff. They put out good videos. Did you see their new tier list? Now that you're getting
I
ready
did,
for
man. I
your
haven't
big
watched them.
championship performance, right, Jeff? Like tier list, you might want to. You
I'm
want to pick.
bringing
You want to
my
pick from
deck
the
from,
S tier, Jeff. Okay, the S tier.
I thought S was the bottom.
No,
Has that been my problem? I've been
I
doing it in
know it's the
reversed
lower
order.
letter. It's a lower letter, but you want to. It's the higher in our hearts.
That's the problem with having an iPhone. Everything new is at the bottom, so I assume
S is
that's
for
how it
son,
was. That's my
right?
problem. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. You know what? My son's lied to me all along. Damn it. It's his fault. I just play my deck from last year because no one expects that.
Yeah.
When you show up with it, they go, "What the hell's this? This thing's 20 years old." I go, "Yeah, thereabouts." No one expects it.
And who has that many quicksands?
I couldn't even get 50. You know what, Steve-O? I will say hi to you, but damn you for only selling me 40. I needed 50.
Too funny.
I thank you for those 40, but still it was only 40. I needed 50. It's okay. I mixed in some other junk that was 5G and I was safe.
If you never stray from 5G, you're always safe, right, Jeff?
It's the easiest way. And if you go below, then Will gets mad at you for being under 250. So you just do everything 5. It's nice and simple.
You can run less than Chi if you want. I wouldn't.
I didn't say you couldn't. See, I wouldn't. The reason Will doesn't wear glasses to see better is to block his death stare. So, because if he gives you those eyes of like you're running less than 250, man, do you feel it? So make sure you only talk to him with his glasses on. If he
Now,
ever takes them
now.
off, run 250.
Make me sound like a mean person. Steve says he can get you 10 more. It's just going to cost you 10 times the price.
I figured. Yeah. I
Things have
thought
gone
that
up.
might be it.
Low stock.
Oh,
All right.
man. No, I'm good. I
Um,
got enough quicksands now. I'm good.
Alex, how's your internet doing? Internet check. We
I
kind of
have no clue.
okay. We kind of need you for this next part. So
You want me to reboot my computer? Computer? What do you want?
We're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna enjoy it, and when you crap out, Jeff's just gonna step in with the rules and sort
Yep, I'll
everyone
make,
straight.
Make stuff up. Not to worry. I can make up with the best of them.
All right, so let's talk about forethoughts, and specifically, let's talk about some things that I was hearing and I heard on the circuit, and things that were coming across, and just some of the, let's just call it misinformation, or maybe people just not exactly sure what's going on. So I've got the rule book up on the side of our screen here, talking about the forethoughts. And it is a little bit different than, in other games. And the process isn't necessarily like very rigid, but there are certain things that we need to make sure happen so that the forethoughting can be done fairly without any extra information being passed across from your opponent or to your opponent. So first of all, forethoughts or forethoughting, sideboarding, can happen after game one. So your deck always has to be the way that it's presented in its the version that you hand in to the circuit. That is what your deck is, your deck list. That is how you enter game one. Whether or not someone would know is it's kind of one of those things, but if a judge is watching, knows your deck list, there's a bit of an honor system, right? That's sort of how all these things work. But that's game one. You enter with your, right? You play your game. Depending on what happens in that game, you will either win or you will not win. And from that, you and your opponent get to sideboard or forethought. Okay. Now, this is basically, so we know what forethoughts are. It's the 100 chi, extra cards, any amount, doesn't matter, it just has to equal 100 chi. It's also part of your deck list that you hand in. And from those cards, you can pull in cards into your deck and take out cards from your deck that equal the same amount of chi. Now, to do this effectively, we have to allow for both players to sort of do a self-check to say, okay, my opponent is taking out 21 chi and they're putting in 21 chi, right? If a judge had to come by and do that each and every single time, all the games would slow down real fast, right? So again, there is an honor system. However, from this, there is some confusion as to, do I do this openly? Do I do this, what happens? What is the locking and what is the showing? So from what I understand, or as I was part of the presenting of this and the building of this into the game, what I believe to be the way that it works, and I think it is, and maybe Alex will hopefully can chime in, but both players, in between the matches, in between the games, both players can start looking through their deck, finding cards that they want to take out, and looking at their forethoughts, finding cards that they want to put in.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen for roughly a few minutes. I think it is about 5 minutes of time for the whole process, but the end process is just the verification. So you have, let's say, 3-ish, 4-ish minutes to kind of look through and to make your decisions. Never really enforced. There's usually a lot of time, but if there was a time crunch, this would be an area that, you could be like, hey, I think you're stalling too long, whatever. You could make a claim. The person that wins the first game will then say, I am locked in. And then the person who didn't win the first game can decide to lock in.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Once you're locked in, you can both show, you check your opponents, make sure that the numbers are the same, make sure that they put the cards in, shuffle up, and go for it. So the question is, and what I was trying to get across and what seemed to be the confusion was, the person who wins, when they decide to lock in, they can decide to not forethought at that point. So they can be
Correct.
looking like they're forethoughting, can be pulling out cards, can have the cards ready to forethought in, and then when they go to lock in, they can say, "I've decided not to forethought," and they put their forethoughts away.
Correct.
And then the person
Yes, that's correct.
Right. Okay. So then the person who then goes second, right, or the person who technically did not win the first game, can then say, "I'm still going to forethought," or, "Oh, I'm not going to forethought."
So that's not technically so it's not wrong, because that is true. They could say, "I'm not going to forethought, I'm going to forethought." That secondary player can still change their cards at that point. The advantage is given to the player that lost the match, that they can change their forethoughts. The only specific thing that is required, because this did technically happen at the last circuit, is both people are required to start forethoughting at the same time.
Yes.
Or say, "I'm not forethoughting." The secondary player cannot choose to sit there, just wait for the other person to do it. They need to start prepping forethoughts, or else it's slow play.
Right. But you're also not required to continue with your forethoughting until the point where you say, if you're going first, or if you won, when you say, "I'm locking in with these cards being forethoughted in," or "I'm locking in not forethoughting."
Yeah.
Then your opponent will say, "I am locking in with these cards," or they'll say, "I'm also not going to forethought anymore," or "I'm going to make 2 changes and then do it." But they should have most of it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Sorry, nothing gets revealed until you both locked in.
Yeah.
Yes. Once you're
Other than the
locked
fact
in,
You both have to lock in, and then it's
then the reveal can happen. After, when the reveal happens, no changes can happen. You can't
Other than
back
if you're
out.
not going to forethought, you have to technically reveal that you're not forethoughting any of those cards, right? You have to say, "I've locked in these." You can't hold those 5 cards under your hand and say, "I'm locking these in," and then say, "Ha, I got you. Those weren't going anywhere."
Right.
Right. You have to show that you're not actually forethoughting.
You have to make that decision beforehand.
I've never forethoughted before. I just build perfect decks to begin with. That's how I get around.
They're all 5G, so.
Well, see,
Five
have you
Gs.
thought about taking out quicksands for more quicksands? Have you thought about that?
So you may joke. However, I did not put 40 quicksands into that deck. I put 30, and 10 quicksands were in my forethoughts, so I could put them in if I needed to. It could work, just it didn't. But
You know, and some of the comments are saying it too, but you know, when you forethought together, it's a special moment, right? Okay, so the other thing that happened, and this blew me away. I was like, where is this coming from? And I don't know if it was, again, misinformation or confusion or just sort of in passing, but pile shuffling or pile sorting, however you want to say that. I never do it, but that is just a shuffle. As long as you're within the time and you're not spending too much time to do it, you can pile shuffle all you want. There's nothing that says that you cannot sort out and do like your 6 random piles and shuffle them all together. That doesn't take a lot of time, unless you're doing it excruciatingly slow. But again, what benefit is that? You're only in game 1. You're not going to do anything, and you have to still win 2 games. So there's really no point in being slow in this part.
So are you just claiming that some people pile shuffle and take long? Is that just your statement?
No, I'm just wondering why someone would say that you can't pile shuffle.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or where that would come from.
It's because, so I know where it comes from. It's a Magic the Gathering rule. There is a specific amount of piles you have to do, or else it's not like a legal shuffle or something. That's a way back thing. I don't remember the full.
you can also only do it once
right
per
now.
game.
But essentially, like,
for Magic.
Oh, really? That is an actual thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I only found that out recently. I don't play Magic anymore, but I found out.
You're not going to play with your $1,000 proxies? Oh, we know,
just waste
Jeff.
money
We
on
all
that.
know. Look at those guitars at the back. We know you're buying like 60
I had
copies
to sell my
of
baby
this.
for yeah. No, I'll just print my own proxies. I know where to go for that. But no, Alex is right. I did hear that. It's based on Magic. You could pile shuffle once per game, and that was it. After that, and same idea with your mana weaving and stuff like that. But yeah, you can only do it once per game, and that's why I guess someone would ask that. what's the pile shuffling rules?
Yeah, we don't have those rules in Genesis currently. You should. I would say like it's probably underutilized, but if you really think somebody's slow play, just call a judge. And you don't need to like when you call somebody for slow play, the judge will just be there to be like, all right, I'll watch it now if he's slow playing, and usually don't slow play from that point on. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I feel left out, Will. I'll put mine over here.
Hey, that looks familiar. We were both saps at that point.
Oh, yes. We didn't get any better, but
Very true, very true. Where's your dragon? Oh, you have your little like soldier boy over there behind you. Oh, he's gonna pull out some like,
Let's put dragons though.
amazing dragon thing.
yeah,
Where
a
it's
whole
hiding.
world of dragons.
That's the dragon from Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2. I don't remember.
Dark Souls. Anyway, so that was some interesting stuff that came up, and I wanted to sort of run through that. But it is the format is there because it has to be because of the chi amounts. If we don't have some way of checking our opponents or each other's chis, then it's not going to. It's just there's just too much room for unfairness to enter. But cool. Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. That was great information that you provided for us. I'm really glad you're here.
Hey, I'm second in line for the rules, is my understanding, right? Right behind Alex. So I'm here for that.
All right. So now that he's here, you can tell the story about how Jeff stole my second spot. I had 2 decks all ready to go for the championship. I can
I'll
play
play one
myself.
Yeah, give one to Jeff.
Hold on, before Alex does that, I'll talk about Will last championship for people who didn't know Will or weren't able to attend the last championship, where I don't know how far you made it in the main game, but got knocked out out of the top 8, I guess, or something like that. Jumped over to our poor little sealed area where us dregs were left to try and fend for ourselves and be like, come on, I got to pull something out of this, and then went ahead and slaughtered us in that. So this is why Will doesn't get 2 tickets.
You
and get to
guys,
play twice.
you had a 35-minute head start. I only had 5 minutes to build my deck. And I had to
When it's
open
all
the pack.
5 chi, it's fast.
I
was
had to open
lost
the
because I
pack.
couldn't build only 5 chi things. Like I'm like, what are these 7 and 8s? What does this mean? I was lost. I was taking a marker. I was changing them. I had no idea what I was doing. But that's the story of Will almost winning 2 championships in a back to back or two different competitions at the last championship, which is why he's not allowed to play that much anymore. But now I'll let Alex talk about what he was going to talk about.
Thanks for throwing me under the bus. Perfect.
So we've started. How do I call this? People who have received multiple tickets to the championship, their ticket has rolled down to the next eligible player. And in the draft event last time with Will, I think Jeff actually got like 6th place, and there was 2 tickets rolling down. So Jeff got Will's ticket.
There you go. The lucky one. It's the golden ticket.
I'm number 6. I'm number 6. I'm going to start cheering that from now. That's good.
And I'll just repeat, if you haven't received an email from me with an Eventbrite link, please message me if you're supposed to have a ticket.
Some people were saying that some of the links weren't working, or they were like, did that get sorted out?
No clue. They didn't say it to me.
Okay. Well, if your link isn't working, you should probably message Alex and message him a few times because his internet is just that bad. So we're going to need to make sure it gets directly to him.
If you're not sure if you should have a ticket, also email Alex and pester him until he gives you one.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's got some
Go for
extras
it.
somewhere. No, don't,
Hey,
don't actually.
Jeff, you got your first. So apparently there was some money on the Dragon World circuit, and I money on whether or not I was going to win, and then I came second, so they lost some money. So I've affected somebody.
Okay.
They're now cheering for you. They are now putting their money on you this time. How do you feel about that?
I feel like there's one dumber person in the world than I knew. That's crazy. Who would do something like that?
Yeah, it was
Save
only
your money,
20 bucks.
people. Still,
Coffee
we're
money.
heading for a recession. Everyone hold on to that $20. That's 2/3 of a draft.
Don't worry,
Hold on to that.
James. I'll give Jeff a deck, and what he does with it, I don't know what's going to happen, but
I'll play. What do I have here? I have something here. Oh, this might actually be my.
oh, he meant to lose.
What
Oh,
deck is
he meant
this?
you're going to lose, Jeff.
He bet that I would lose, eh? Oh, this is my quicksand deck. I'll play my quicksand deck.
What else is in it?
That's what I'll do. You want to know what else is in my quicksand deck? Well, there's no forethoughts.
First mistake.
There's a quicksand, some temporal relocations, and quicksands, and temporal
Temporal
relocations. There you go. So, Will, I know this isn't meant for this sort of show, but can you give me a deck? Oh, there's something different. I can't even read it. What's that?
Shoulder
say?
throw.
There we go. So what? How would you change this deck up? How would you fix this?
I don't have time for this. So take all your
Well,
quicksands, make them
I
all
got a simple
tsunamis.
fix. Switch Raha to Manat.
Yeah.
How did you know it was Raha? But it is, yeah, it's Raha.
I know you, Jeff.
Should be Raha too. I actually played my own card. That kind of felt weird, actually, doing that.
So do we have any more information on the championship or nothing more? I guess right now it's all sort of like, let's find a venue.
Sorry to bend you. But I do have a good question for you guys.
Okay.
Because
Change
there's
the
a few
subject,
things
sure.
that we were debating. Two of them very important. Two important ones. For the championship. No, this is for championship. Should the top 16 be open deck lists? And should the final match be a 3 out of 5? The reasoning behind the deck lists are because we're planning to stream a whole bunch of the games day one, potentially some of those people's decks would already be information out there where some people's wouldn't. And this causes a huge disadvantage to those people who happen to be on stream for those.
I plan on sleeping after the first day.
Thoughts?
Who's going to stay up and watch the whole thing again? What are you going to glean from that? Sure. I've always been. Sorry to jump in there, Jeff. I thought I
No,
saw you
ahead.
had a thought in there.
I had a thought, but it's gone. So you got time. I got to catch it.
I've always been a huge fan of open deck lists. I think it levels the playing field. People know what you're doing. You have to then rely on your strategy and your tactics, right? There is a bit of mind games. Does he have it? Does he not have it? Whereas that is sort of like not necessarily what happens when you don't know exactly. But I think when you are a top 16, you have earned that spot by getting through however many players, right? Let's say 40 players, maybe even 50 players, right? So really at that point, like, it should be decided based upon who has the skill and the understanding of the game, and less on, well, I drew, like, it still will be who draws the best hand, but I think it gives it a better sort of tactical feel. That's my 2 cents.
I'm with Will on that as well. I think I like the idea of the open deck list. I like the idea of a published deck list. I mean, I'd publish all the deck lists ahead of time if not, because it doesn't really matter. It does. I don't think anyone at that skill level, which I'm never at, so I can speak freely about that, saying anyone at that skill level is not there to surprise anyone with saying, "Oh, I didn't think you'd put that." Like, I did this in other games I played, and I know if I'm facing against Will or maybe even you, Alex, or whatever, after my first handful of cards, well, maybe not me because I play stupid decks, but everyone else, they'll be like, I know exactly what the rest of your deck should be made up of. I know about 20, 30, 50% of that deck. So it doesn't really matter at that point. Once they've dropped 3 or 4 cards, they go, I know about 80% of this deck maybe, or whatever. I know what's coming. So I like the idea of it being open. It's also easier than on the presentation side to show everyone, hey, look, this card was drawn. It gives people, the at-home viewers, the chance to say, what are they coming down to? What's left in their deck, possibly, that sort of thing. It gives all those stats things that people love. And I don't personally follow that, but I know people love that, going, what's coming next? Oh my God, they got 12 cards left. It's one of these is in there somewhere. Is it their next draw? Like it really builds that tension.
It builds some of that tension, yeah. Or they open it with 4 bullet shots. Well, he's got another 10 more left in the deck. How many? What's the when you pull next or whatever, right? Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It plays on the other guy's, the other person's thoughts too, right? Because for me, I don't pay attention, but most people do, and they'll have to remember. It's the Dirty Harry thing, right? Did he fire 4 bolt shots or 5? How many does he have left? Do I put myself in that position? And it does help you with your tactics too, of where do I put myself, knowing what could be coming next or not, right? Did he play 50 quicksands or only 40 of them? Does he have 10 left? I can't remember, that sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, when you say open deck list, like, are you suggesting that before the match begins, you would have a chance to see the deck list? Or is it just posted?
I don't think we thought that far ahead,
Mm.
but you would technically, I think, in open deck lists for like Magic events, you're usually given the deck list
Just before the match.
available to view. But we'll have to take a look.
Other big game companies do that,
Look
right?
at
Other tournaments do that, right? Some of the other big
Yeah.
ones, they have their open deck lists. It's for everyone to watch and see. I kind of like that.
Yeah, Sean's mentioned even posting it the night before, right? So then those in the top 16 can go home and do their studies.
And people like me can have a nap, like Will said.
What, Jeff? We announced it on Thursday. It's the after party.
Well,
Day one after party is at Jeff's house.
And I told you, my wife kicked me out. I came by, your door was locked. Go figure.
Oh,
Lights
my door's
off.
always
No one
locked.
answered the door. No one answered when I rang the doorbell. I heard a lot of hushed whispers inside, and that was about it.
Shh, don't.
The other part was about the best 3 of 5 or 2 of 3.
Yeah.
I see in the chat some people like the 3 of 5. I personally like 2 of 3 because that's how the game is. I don't think that should change. That's my personal take on that. I don't know about yours, Will.
After being through a circuit, just give me one game. Let's just do it. Let's just get it over with.
Best of 1, eh? I love that. Yeah.
I think, I don't think. I think best of 3 is pretty much it's a lowest number that gives you the sort of the best, unless you're going to suggest maybe doing some sort of like pre-forethoughting, so you're actually gonna have your best version of your deck, and you're gonna allow.
So how a best of 5 works is the first 2 games are no sideboard, so both players get to play as the first
Oh, I see.
with their main deck.
Oh.
And then game 3 and 4 and 5 they get to switch out. So essentially there's sometimes there's an advantage for like I won the die roll, I had to go first, I win the first game, you win the second game, I win the third game, right? Sometimes some matches are like that. And
Sounds
that's
good for
what
my
it's meant to
OTK
prevent.
deck that I'm bringing. I like the advantage.
Doesn't change my opinion either way. I still think best of 3 for my own personal
Yeah.
opinion. But you guys all know my play skill and ability, so I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't go with what I say
I
necessarily.
like the open deck list. I wouldn't change the format. I would keep it the way it is. But what does everyone in the chat think?
Mhm.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Because it doesn't matter, but say it anyways.
Scheming Skeleton
Still like
says,
good of
if
3.
I saw Jeff at my door, I would have my neighbor answer the door.
And so would I.
Maybe his neighbor's nice. I don't know.
As I've told people before when they complain about me with things, I say, I've got to live with me 24/7. I don't get a break from this. So
and
like,
your wife has to live with
feel
you.
bad for me. Yeah, but she gets a break. She goes to work during the day. I don't. I can't get away from this. Sleeping is my only savings grace, and then I have dreams, so it doesn't help either. So feel bad for me, people. Give me this.
We like 2 out of 3 open deck list. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. No reason to change it. Yeah, looks like most people are. You look at yourself in the mirror every day.
You think I look in the mirror? Have you seen the way I look? I don't look in the mirror. I avoid it every chance I get.
Yeah, so those are interesting things that are going to come in. It just makes the championship more exciting. I'm excited I really hope you guys find a venue that seems like a crazy situation to be just thrown into. So
I mean, worst case scenario, right? There's hotels that have meeting rooms and it's split up to different meeting rooms. What are you going to do, right? It's not the end of the world. It's not as hopeful as you were to have, because that Waves was beautiful, right? It was designed for this. It's designed for gaming. But, worst case scenario, you have a bunch of meeting rooms in a hotel and here's your room with the artists, here's your room with the games, here's your room with the side events. It's not ideal, but it functions, right? It's probably something last ditch effort that you guys can do, worst case scenario. But
that's true. And
Unless
we'll always have
anyone-
Jeff's house.
Yeah.
We always got my place. Yep. You guys
Yeah.
can help me move the comic boxes out of my basement, and we're good to go. I can fit about 12 people. 12 out of there's not more than 12 people coming to this thing, right?
No,
I gotta clarify that. Then we're good. We're good. 12 people fits nicely. We'll order a couple pizzas. We're good to go.
Nice chill evening. That's nice.
Yeah, it's
We
nice.
have Zalacor. We have a question. We have how do you feel about a subset of people playing and retooling the rules not count chi, to have 4 max of a card, etc., as per mentioned on the fan Discord? They seem to think there will be a change in chi in the future in how chi works or is given. Yeah, this popped up in the fan server kind of randomly, so
I hope they enjoy their game the way they play it. Like,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it. If that's the way that they enjoy playing their game, don't yuck somebody else's yum.
You've got 4 cards, right? So if you play with 4 card maximum, that gives you 48. That's 12 different cards plus 2 extras, right? So you have 50 cards, right? Yeah. 12 cards at 4 ofs, and then you can have a 2 of in the deck. But yeah, I mean, I think Genesis is very flexible in the way it's played. Whether or not the chi system will change, I mean, there are things that I don't like about the chi system, and I've always been vocal about that. I've told everyone about that. And I think there's also ways that the chi system can be expanded upon as well. I mean, Alex has mentioned that even on ETLs before as well. So, could you have a 10 chi, 12 chi card? There's nothing says you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You probably won't be able to have a 2 chi card because or a 1 chi card, because that's just going to be ridiculous for balancing. But the bigger chis, you could definitely have something.
The only suggestion I'd make for the people thinking about that is limited to 3. A lot of 50 card decks have 3 ofs, not 4 ofs. 4 ofs gets a little thin because you get a little heavy in some of the big name cards sort of thing. Limited to 3. Just in my experience with other TCGs that will remain nameless, I would do 3 ofs instead and see how that works.
It's actually probably a pretty good piece of advice there. I'm going to do that with my Genesis deck, Jeff. Thank you.
Jesus, you gotta be careful. You gotta warn me before you say nice things to me, Will. I think I felt my heart go there for a second. Ooh. Yeah, that spiked. That spiked my heart. Careful there.
Keep you on your toes.
Joey says that the game just becomes big bombs. Their big bombs versus yours. That's why if you limit it to 3, though, Joey, you're still limited by your color choices and stuff. So it does affect it to a degree. And yeah, you are kind of up to the luck of the draw at that point. But I do like the idea of, not telling people that they're having fun the wrong way. That's a big thing in a lot of other games where, someone plays control, someone plays this, someone plays that, and it's bad, it's evil. No, don't tell someone they're having fun the wrong way. Just have fun your way. Other than competitive, obviously, that's different.
This has always been my point of view, right? Like my point of view when I say, I think, Epiphany should do this, or like, Storm Protector is strong in this aspect, or Teleport really, screws up with the mechanics of the game. That's always directed at competitive play, right? Like if you have Hydroblast, then play Hydroblast if you want to play it, right? We have what's it called now? Knockback. It's basically the same card for extra chi, but you're in Thymos, so you almost always have a 2 energy reduction anyway. So it's basically the same card. And we do not see people overplaying Knockback. We do not see Knockback taking everything to Storm. I think Hydroblast probably could be unbanned at this point. But there is an idea, or there is I guess sort of a, once something is banned, that's sort of final.
That's not true. You can unban things. A lot of other companies unban things.
That's what I think. And also when you ban things, it's for everybody. Well, I think it depends on what those people are doing with Genesis, right? I think there's a lot of, right? So I think it's exciting to hear people are playing the game that they want to, the way they want to, in the way that makes sense for them. And that, as long as you're playing the game, I think that's really cool. And that's really sort of what Hatcher was saying too, right? Like he played the game, he enjoyed playing the game, and he didn't feel like there was, in his words, the greed from the other companies sort of show, right?
Yeah. I also hope that they play and they somehow perfect it and make it better than the core game. if they can do that, then definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I've said that one of the things, restrictions are a great thing that you can add on top of the cheese system, right? Having a restriction, whatever it is, 4, 6, whatever number it is, I think there are ways to add and increase the like how decks are built and how we actually refine the game, right? Because I think, Alex, I think you can attest to that Genesis is still in its infancy as far as where it can go.
Definitely 100% agree.
It'd be like having a one color champion, right? A one,
Yeah.
you know, it's a great idea. Should do that sometime.
I mean, have you tried
Already
Essa with
have
no
one
green?
card champion, the best one.
You just have to choose any of them, yeah.
That's what I'm bringing on the 19th and 20th.
Essa
see how
with
far it
Essa
goes.
with no green. There you go.
Essa, no, the Oni. This is
Oh,
Essa. Come on.
Oni,
you
come
gotta
on.
get off this
Come on.
Oni pony. Like you just have to get off of it. And yes, I just made that up.
I like it. I like it a lot, and I'm going to work with that. I never posted my video. It was a 2-second video to say, does Origins make Oni work? And it was just going to be me saying no, but I never posted it because I figured there's no point.
So take Oni, adds a little bit of health, add 3 energy reduction,
Yep.
add green, ignore it, and then play Oni.
Oh damn, no. Well, you can judge this, I guess, Alex. And as a former judge, you can tell me, Will, if I cut out Essa and I glue Oni behind it, is that still considered legal for play? Can I use that? It's not really a proxy. They're both
Yes.
technically legal Genesis cards.
Yeah, I have no issue with it. It doesn't. The champion never goes in the deck. So let's
Ooh,
see.
There we
look
go.
at
I've
that.
got it.
There's a judge call for you.
I've got it. So hey, it's
If only
Nobody
there
really,
was-
yeah, nobody else can do it.
If
He
only,
asks for specific.
if only there
permission.
was someone who could do Genesis proxies really well and could draw really
Dude,
well
yeah.
and could make that an actual thing. You know, maybe like some of that like
post the name in the chat,
accordion-
guys. I don't know.
accordion hologram paper where it's like Essa's on the one side and then Oni's on the other side. And if you
A
flip it back and
lenticular?
forth-
Yeah, you just flip back and forth. It's like a Halloween costume. It's just Essa in a Halloween costume, right? She's dressed as Oni. That's all. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Well,
Oh, I think we started a conversation about Oni there in the chat.
How's my internet been, guys?
oh, there you go.
Got one more topic to go over.
What's that?
That's terrible. All right, then Will, it's up to you. Go tell everybody about Future League 2.0.
Ooh, I don't know about this.
I don't have all the things.
I sent you them.
Did you like just now? No, you
It's
sent me other
It's on
stuff.
email, Will.
All
Check
right.
on the computer.
Future League 2.0. So we are Origins is now well into the meta as far as the playing. We have the retail version coming out. Ask your stores around, see if they're bringing it in. Find out through the direct channels. Contact us at Haunted Castle Gaming. See what distributors or who you need to contact to get the game. The retail version is coming out soon, or should be in the distributors already, depending on which distribution it is. I know some of the Canadian ones have some different dates, whatever. We're hoping that we get some Origins boxes coming out on the 14th. That could be as early as the end of this week. However, with that, there are other sets other than Origins. Do we have the names of those sets, Alex? I'm not gonna say
What? Invasions? Is the
There you
next set
go.
Coming out.
Invasions. Haven't heard that name before.
Yeah, I know, right? Or what is it? I think we have Pyrexia coming
Yeah.
out sometime soon.
Yeah. Byrexia or whatever it is.
Pyrexia.
So we have, so those cards are coming down through Future League, and also future cards beyond even Invasions are coming down in Future League. If you haven't joined Future League, it's open. You can come hang out. Friday nights is where our main testing time is going to be, where we kind of build some decks. We try out things. We talk about, power level, where we think things are going. We give the designers our point of view as players, and they can take that information and then ignore us or change things. Future League has been a little bit stale as of late, just because, the hype with Origins and everyone getting ready for the circuit. But Alex and I talked, and we're going to do Future League 2.0, which is going to be a little bit different, more communication, more direct cards coming down more frequently, more things to be doing and sort of like chew on as far as like conversation and what where the cards are headed. But the big thing is there's also going to be some really cool incentives. So we're going to flip back to Alex because his internet's going to work, right?
Oh, and it froze as soon as you
I'll
said it. Jesus.
That works.
That was perfect. All right, screw Alex. Okay, so we have a special promos that Alex is doing for Future League. They are going to be alternate champions, right?
Ooh.
Alternate art or never before seen art. They can only get through Future League.
Never before seen. Yep.
As well as there is two different promos. One that is your standard template champion, and one that will be a completely new template. It might be completely wacky. It may look like absolute trash, but we want to get your opinions about changing the Genesis templating.
There you go. So again, this is big for Future League, right? Because a long time it's just sort of come in, test cards, say what you want. But now we're really starting to get sort of an engine going where, you know, we have lots of players now that have very good perspectives and very different, unique ideas about where Genesis can go. Getting all of those sort of perspectives down on paper to start collecting actual data, and then putting out realistic sort of like time frames as far as like, here are 5 new cards for this week, or here are a bunch of new cards to talk about. Giving the opportunity to just talk about them, but then also following up on Fridays to actually test them live with, you know, Alex, myself, and some of the judges. Most of the Friday night will be Alex and I, at least one of us or both of us. We're going to usually get started after 8-ish. We go till whenever, and you'll get those promos for being there. Now,
I like how accurate those times were. Start after 8-ish and go to whenever. I do like that. That it's very
lots of testing.
Very structured.
But we know that you can't always join on a Friday. It's also Friday night. People have other better things to do on Friday nights other than play Genesis. So Alex has come up with a program where you have basically you can send in your reports by just testing during the week. And much like the aura of the championship, you also gain Future League points. Is that what they're called?
I call them chi.
Oh, you gain chi.
Yeah,
So with that chi, you earn up to enough points, and you can get additional promos for incentive to do more testing and more feedback. As well, there will be, as mentioned, Alex mentioned about the templating. This is sort of new to me as well. So this idea of changing how the cards look is also something really interesting, because I think we all have. Well, here, Jeff, what's one thing you would change about the way the Genesis card looks?
Oh, I can tell you a couple things I would change. Whoops.
All right, just one.
Just one thing. I would not display every single affiliation down the side. You only need to see what it is. Why do you have them all there? Why do you even have the Jalara affiliation? It means nothing in building a deck. It's pretty.
Did we both pick up a Bellum card?
I don't know. I got Quicksand.
I got.
Go figure. I got a Quicksand. Hold on. What else do I have here? Here, I've got a Soutier. No, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I would get rid of all those. I would just put what needs to be there.
Yeah.
I would also make the text box a little bit smaller, a little bit cleaner. I get that it's a torn piece of paper, but it's really ragged and takes up a lot of space. I know sometimes there's a lot of text, but sometimes there's not. And I don't like the banners up top. I would do a bar across the top, but
interesting.
That's me. That definitely does not need all those affiliations listed.
Alex?
I gave you a picture to show people.
I was supposed to show that?
Show the first one I sent you. Yeah, that's why I gave it to you to show.
No, we did not talk about this.
There's a picture.
This is because Will doesn't know how to do it.
And I'm going to I thought it was just a picture for me.
The picture.
That's special. You get a picture?
Just a picture for me. The first one you sent me earlier.
You're so special, eh?
The first one.
I don't have Discord anymore, but the first one I sent you, yeah.
Save
The one that I
image.
call the top one, the one with everything at the top. I think you gotta privately send it to Jeff, or else we won't be able to see it too.
Oh no, I can be on here. I've got
He's
my
got two
YouTube
screens. I
open.
only have one here. Give me a chance.
One screen.
Oh, shush, Jeff. At least my internet works.
Maybe you shouldn't spend all your money on those high cheat cards and just use 5 cheat cards. You won't have to worry about paying for a second screen.
They're not priced based on cheat.
They're not. I've been paying based on chi. It was a multiple of that number.
Oh no.
Everyone
This
told me
is
it was
such
10
bad
times that
content.
number.
What is happening right now?
It's okay. We can fill the space. Me and Alex will do a little 2-man show we've been working on the side.
All right, keep going. Keep vamping.
So, damn it. Now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of anything.
See? It's
Why'd
not
you have
that,
to do
it's not
that?
that easy.
I have a question for you,
Welcome,
Jeff.
welcome to my
I
world
have
every
one
week.
for you.
Okay, go for it.
I heard that there is a special artwork you're working on for a Genesis promo for North of Exile. Is this true?
Oh,
Alex just dropping things you're not supposed to talk about.
maybe
I don't know.
there might be something.
Am I wrong? I don't know.
No, I think I can say that much. That yes,
Okay,
I worked
yes,
on a
I-
piece of promo work for North of Exile there for Jason at North of Exile.
Oh my gosh,
in
it's
an
so
official
big.
capacity. Because I've done fun stuff before for people, right? Like I did some fun stuff for Steve-O and stuff like that. But I was actually asked to do this one. It wasn't just me wasting time while I watched a stream doing a Vortex or that other one, the chibi one for him. Sort of. So this is real art I was commissioned to do. So
What happened to all the origin cards being chibi?
you guys went and made a heck of a lot of cards. Like what the hell?
What happened to the whole? I'm gonna get all the origin cards chibi.
You guys, well, 2 problems. 1, you made too many cards. 2, you delivered on time. Kickstarters don't deliver on time. I
You needed
expected a
those extra
6-month
months.
delay minimum 6-month delay. I would have had plenty of time. They all would have been done. Now I'm like, I don't know. I'm screwed. I don't know what else to do. So wait. Oh, I got to look at this other one here. Sorry. All at the top like that.
So sorry
The
for
card
the
up?
blast of the card that came in like super large. Alex just sent me a huge image. So OBS was like, oh, well, I'm going to make that the full screen. I was like, no, you freaking. Anyways,
So can I bring up a few things on this?
yes.
One,
Crash it.
this is new artwork, right? Is this one of the alt art promos?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one
This
thing.
is new artwork.
He's got
Yeah,
good
yeah.
eyes. Those glasses are working.
Yeah, they work. They work. It's not just to hold back the eyes of anger like yours are.
I thought that
I'm
was
not
a Fong the first time I saw it.
Okay,
It
maybe
didn't,
you need to
didn't
see your
have
eye
the name
doctor.
on it though. Okay.
That doesn't matter. That shouldn't be that shouldn't be why you were so confused. Are you looking for his card now to compare? No one's on your side here, Will. I'm sorry. No,
It's the same colors.
it's the same colors. Yes, it uses the colors
I know
that exist
art.
in the world.
The same colors.
It's a flesh-colored person with something blue. Yeah, I can see that confusion.
Must be the same. All right, what do you
so,
think?
what do I think? Not a huge fan.
Ooh,
I like that it was
Yeah.
changed up.
but
I'm not a
your
huge-
your little icons are smaller and they're not all there.
Yeah, it's still got the Jalaro one. I don't like a lot of floating
Mhm.
text stuff. I'm really against that in most of my design stuff. I like framing things. I think all the hearts and the cheese and stuff like that. You know what? No, never mind. I'm not gonna. I was gonna send you the one that I did for my printing for the show.
I was gonna say, post in the chat if you guys want Jeff to design next month's Future League unique template.
Hold on, I'm gonna send something to you, Will.
You
and see
prepared
if
for
I can
that,
throw
Jeff?
that up on screen for next month.
Now we're just throwing up too many things. Next
Might be
month,
December.
yeah.
Might be December. Might be better. Next month's a little busy.
Look, last
Funny
week
enough,
was
December.
like 5 people showing up, and I'm trying to adjust the cameras to keep everything on stream. Now it's like just random images coming all over the place. So,
Hey, Will, did you block me? I can't find you on Discord.
nope, you just scroll down. W
Yeah.
I.
Why won't it just let me?
Maybe.
No.
Why don't you try typing it in?
I'm trying that. It's not there. We are. No, go away.
Should I message you, Jeff?
There we are. Will.
When's the last time
All
we
right,
talked?
there you are, Will.
All right, we're running out of time here, Jeff. You gotta hurry up.
I know. I'm
You gotta
moving
hurry up.
fast. I'm moving fast.
People have
Moving
been
as fast as I
wanting an
can.
extra 15 minutes of ETL for a long time.
Yeah, no one has to jump off to anything else. What else do we do on a Tuesday? Tuesdays are throwaway days. Where's my? Genesis
I like
stuff?
everything
Yeah,
except the text in that corner.
go.
There's lots of
Okay.
text in corners. Can you be more specific? Are you talking about the name?
Who do you
I
guys
didn't
wanna
like the
see?
name in the corner.
Who do you guys want to see? I have a bunch of different champions here from the new set.
Oh, let's
Doesn't matter.
let's see
I'll
some.
tell you
Satir.
you want?
Do you have the other one? I need you to send me the other one.
I'll send you the other one after.
Yeah.
But take this one for now.
Okay.
I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, and these are with full bleed and all that, but it's just kind of boxing things in differently, making things stand out a bit, especially now that all the Genesis art has been made full.
Yeah, I should also
full
say
image.
I am not an artist.
Oh, this is your layout.
Yeah, I just
I love
literally
that.
just took
That's-
stuff away.
that's beautiful. Yeah, agree.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jordan will have words for that.
Between Jordan, me, and Joey, you should be able to get some sort of a decent layout going.
All right, we don't even
So
have
this
a
is-
black border on this, Jeff.
I don't. This is a full bleed thing, but yeah, you would throw a black border around it. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it by any stretch of the imagination. I just like how it's a little bit cleaner. You've got a lot of transparencies to see stuff through. I still think that other look is a little bit.
Oh, so I see what you did. You
Messy.
you shrunk the text box into the middle, so it's not sort of side to side stretched.
And it can be stretched to the sides. I mean, this is just my own because I wanted to differentiate my proxies from
Mhm.
the real cards, right? Because that was one thing when asked if I could make proxies, I was told make sure they don't look like the real cards. So I made them completely different, and I think everyone said they didn't have to be that different, but it's still I made them different. Just like the idea of I don't know, everything kind of a little bit different. We don't need the banners, we don't need stuff like that, right? Again, this is just my own proxy thing, but yeah, I'd be happy to try and come up with ideas, and I think a lot of
I
it
can't
is
see it,
different stuff.
but so you guys
Oh, you
hear
can't see it.
December. The December, Jeff's gonna give us a new fancy
Oh, now you got the
template
pressure
for
on.
that
Yeah,
December's
okay.
one.
For
Maybe
December.
we'll get a different person each month to do a different
That's
one.
actually a really
Just
good idea.
to change it up.
That's actually a great idea. It's a good contest to have actually to host. I think that'd be a really smart idea.
Yeah, the art looks great. I think I don't like the numbers over top of the symbols, but that's
No, me either.
but that's that's a
I don't
minor
like the
thing.
numbers over top the symbols. I think it's fine personally.
Or have the symbols a little bit bigger so the numbers are inside. I don't like it
Yep.
that it's over
Oh, okay,
top,
fair enough.
Yep.
right? Or have it some way so a little bit of transparency or something that allows you to see the numbers clearly.
See, I'm unsure about the awareness box moving to a different spot. That's the one
I
that
think
I
that's
was
fine.
unsure.
I see no problem. The
Sure.
awareness could be in the bottom corner. It could be. I'm pointing on my screen like you can tell with my mouse. The awareness box could literally go anywhere. I don't think it matters because it doesn't have to be centered because I don't think anyone's looking at that part of the card to see that.
Well, let me ask you this, Jeff, and maybe this will take us to the end, but we know what Genesis cards look like.
Mhm.
Would a drastic change be too much, or does it need to be small changes over a couple of sets, or can you just drastically change the templating without being, I don't know what's the word, disruptive, I guess?
Personally, my opinion, and I'm hoping others would agree, is I think you can do a drastic change. I don't like the idea of small
I do agree.
iterations when you know that your end game is 3 versions down. Why waste time? Because then every set looks a bit different. If you know you can get maybe not perfectly right, like you'll see with other card games too, they'll change subtle things about they'll move maybe to one complete change and then they'll make subtle changes, a bit of texture to this or a bit of something else, but make that leap, make that jump right away. Ripping the band-aid off sort of thing, right? Change it right away, rip that band-aid off, move to the new layout, and then tweak it after that point. Don't make small iterations all along the way. Jump to something. I know people in the chat are saying they like the alpha template. I like the nostalgic factor of it,
Yeah.
but even that needs work because it's too a lot of the templates for Genesis right now are too consuming. They take up too much of the card, and I think they could take up a lot less of the card.
Well, we definitely
And
seen a
that's a big
huge
thing.
push in other games where, you know, this, like you have said here, I'll use your terminology, this full bleed, basically no borderless artwork has definitely been a huge push in upcoming games like Cryptic and Sorcery, where all of the cards are like that, right? So I mean, even by removing a border, we see a drastically different, our eye catches more or less or whatever. It's not framed, but I think, yeah, I mean, I think it clearly shows that there's lots that you can do with a template. So,
And I
anyways,
actually really like that idea of going through a few different people every month.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're going to get your most ideas and then mush together what you like in the end. And then everyone can complain about it and they'll be stuck with it. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I think scheming doesn't like talk about other games. Sure. That's fine. You don't have to talk about other games, but there's also things that we can learn from other games and what they've done wrong or done right. So I think there's things that we are still all in the same pool and we need to, what's the saying? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to sort of tweak what you like and what you don't like. But anyways, I think that's going to take us till about 8:20, 22 extra minutes of Jeff content that you won't see anywhere else
or ever again.
But hopefully it's been a great episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We've cleared up 4 thoughts. We went through the latest news on the championship. Check in back in the fan server. We have Origins Retail coming out. We have Venue Watch now. We're on Venue Watch. When's the venue going to get decided?
Venue Watch.
So watch out for that. Any other big announcements before the championship, Alex? Nothing right now?
Not of yet. Nothing right now.
All right. Check out Jeff when he's on stream or when he's doing his videos, his in the car. That's the thing you do, right?
Collectors and cars cracking packs. That's right. I rip something different every day. So I think Genesis is coming up soon, actually, in my sequencing. I tried doing a sequencing so I don't have to just randomly guess. So I think there's a Genesis one coming soon.
Check out the Chrono Walkers. They just posted their tier list updated for October. Check out Heads or Tails. Check out all the things. Just keep that algorithm turning over. Genesis content all over the place. Saturday Newbie Night. Thank you, Darren. Yes, Saturday Newbie Night. Friday night Future League if you want to join us. And as always, hopefully we will see you back here next week. And that's all I've got. Alex, how's your internet?
Oh, it froze again. Yes.
Every time. Awesome. Jeff, thank you so much for saving.
Thank you guys very much for inviting me. This has been awesome. And maybe we'll do it again in a couple of years or something like that.
We'll come back around. You're in the rotation of the 500 players, right?
I am. Once people forget how annoying I am, they go, "Oh, we should have Jeff on. We haven't had him in a while." And then as soon as I start talking, you go, "That's why we didn't have him on." That's what I know. That I see the messages going back and forth saying, "Alex, this is why we didn't have him on." Remember? I hear the click-clacking of the keyboard.
All right, bye. All right. Sorry. All right, everybody. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
You guys have the championship. Bye.